Hello, it's me, Jared Gunza. Usually when I do these movie reviews, I tend to do it within the theater, but the theater was so packed last night with, just Michael Jackson fans and everything, that I couldn't even hear myself talking when I was trying to record. And then when I got home, because I saw this movie last night, and then when I got home, I was just too tired from talking to my friends about this movie to even do a review. So here we are, we're going to do a review now. Micheal, based on the biggest pop star in the entire world. Admittedly, when I saw that it was being produced and edited by the same people who did Bohemian Rhapsody, I wasn't too thrilled about it because although I love Bohemian Rhapsody, it had a lot of flaws with it. It had a lot of issues. It brushed over a lot of important stuff. And then we got the reviews in from critics where they gave this a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. Nonetheless, I went inside the theaters, just happy to see a Michael Jackson movie. Now, I think it's very important to point this out before you go see this movie. They did film parts of that acknowledge and talk about the allegations that happened to Michael Jackson in the 90s. But they later got told that they're not legally allowed to film and show that. They're not allowed to do that. So they had to reshoot the third act of this movie apparently. This movie was supposed to come out 2 years ago, and we're getting it now. It follows Michael Jackson's upbringing and the type of physical abuse and mental abuse he went through with his father, Joe Jackson, and him having the personal turmoil, the struggle of breaking away from his father's control and wanting to break out and be something that he wants to be. That's the general gist of this movie. That's what this movie covers. The young years of Michael Jackson and the hardship he went through with his father, basically. That's what this movie focuses on. Minor spoiler alert, this movie ends basically in 1988 and leaves us with, the story continues. So first off, I just want to say this. This movie, do not listen to the critics, bro. This is going to be a long review. I'm letting you know right now. We're already 3 minutes to this movie. This is going to be a long review. The critics are fucking ridiculous. You want to complain about how they didn't talk about the allegations. They didn't show any type of signs or insinuation that Michael Jackson was a weirdo towards these kids. They didn't show anything to symbol that he was possibly a predator. First off, why do we want that when he got proven innocent multiple times in that cases? The kids who you say that he harassed or molested, whatever you want to say, even they came out and said he did nothing. Second, the allegations and everything that happens takes place after the event of this movie. So why the fuck would they put something that happens in the 90s when the movie ends in 1988? And third but not last, where was this attitude when the Elvis film came out a few years ago and that movie completely brushed over the fact that he married a 14-year-old girl? And don't get me wrong, I did like the Elvis movie, but Elvis, he is a pedophile. It's right there. It's like legal documents showing this man married a 14-year-old girl, and you're mad because they didn't show this man being a pedophile on the situation, on the case that he was proven innocent on. Don't get me wrong. I definitely think Michael Jackson was weird, but I don't think he was getting down like that. Nonetheless, the movie itself is amazing, bro. I genuinely do not know what these people will want for this movie to be better. At the end of the day, this movie is like a little over 2 hours long, and I remember sitting there thinking to myself after this movie was over, I feel like this movie, it achieved all the messages it was trying to show us. It wanted to show us what driven Michael Jackson to be who he was. It showed us how deeply his connection to music was, and not only to music, but to the people. It did that amazingly. And I also really just enjoyed seeing it felt like behind the scenes of him creating something that went on to become greatness called the Thriller music video. It's just, the movie hit all the notes that I think you would want it to hit for a musical biographic film about a musician such as so big as Michael Jackson. It hits all the notes that you want to hit. And you got to think about the fact that there is plans to be a sequel, so we're not even done. One thing I will say this movie does, I don't think a not so great job on, is throughout the movie, we see Michael as he wants to be, a star for himself, and he wants to brand himself in a particular way. That means he has to break away from his family, the Jackson 5. But he also doesn't want to let down his family. He doesn't want to let down his brothers because he very deeply cares about his brothers. I feel as if they didn't treat the brothers in this movie with enough character development. They all felt like just background characters. There was not like a single trait in the movie about any brother that I, can just say like, oh, that brother likes this, that brother likes that. I hate to compare it, but like, look at The Iron Claw with Zac Efron. That is a movie about a man who loses all his brothers to tragic events that happen. Throughout that movie, we gained something from each brother to make us like and appreciate those brothers, so that when those loss did happen, we felt the loss. When a disappointment happened, we felt that disappointment because we have grown to know these brothers as if they are our own. However, in this Micheal movie, I think it just doesn't do a great job whatsoever. I mean, it has like interactions that are funny here and there, and you see that the brothers, they support Micheal on being his own thing, but other than that, they kind of just blend into the background. Jafar Jackson, amazing job. I did not once in this movie did I look at him and be like, that's a Michael Jackson impersonator. Nah, man, he was Michael Jackson in this movie. It felt like I was watching Michael Jackson work his magic once again. I forgot his name. Something Domingo. He played in a movie called Sing Sing. That was my introduction to this actor. He was in Sing Sing. He plays Joseph Jackson in this movie, Michael Jackson's father. I loved him in Sing Sing. Fuck him in this movie. I swear to God, bro. Like, within 10 minutes of this movie, I wanted to jump into the screen and fight this nigga, bro. Somebody gotta get a gun. Do not listen to critics. I don't want to make this to a race thing and whatnot, but I kind of think it is a race thing, low-key. Yeah, you can say, well, Elvis made all these girls pass out and whatnot. Michael Jackson was making women and men pass out. Michael Jackson one time was at a concert, and he looked at a motherfucker, a man, and you know what happened? That man died. He died. Look it up. Great movie. 4 out of 5. Go see it. Take your family to see it. Take your kids to see it. This is one of those movies that it really brings the family. It really brings the people together, I feel like, in my opinion. Anyways, it's been your boy Jargunza. I'm telling all of y'all, go see the Michael Jackson movie. Go see the Micheal movie. In IMAX, Dolby, some way. This was quite the experience to see in IMAX. Peace.